So those students that score under 80% proficiency on the self-check quizzes will be headed over to work with the co-teacher for some reteaching and just making sure that we get kids on the right track. For our week 3 implementation, we're going to continue with Shobi and hoping students are now starting to really get used to using it. They're going to watch more videos with personal tutors through our online book. We're going to also have discussion number 3, talking about their understanding on our actual lesson 3 from the geometry book. We're going to also use Shobi to download pictures and use our voice commands to explain words in the vocabulary that they see in the photo. So students are going to be using adding that to their Shobi skills. We're going to continue with self-check quizzes and again have the same rule with our 80% proficiency. Our week 4 implementation, again you're going to see we're using the self-check quizzes. We're also going to play a little game that they have through our online textbook called Make Your Mark. That'll give those students some competition as they can choose to play against other classmates or they can play against the computer and to review for our unit test. And our unit test will also be on through Shobi and on the computer, so they'll get that more instant feedback, at least with their score. And then we'll see how that goes for the first unit of you trying something new and see how they perform on those tests. For the final reflection of this project, again, it was a quick 7-week course for the summer. And again, kind of an overwhelming project and as trying to figure out something new to implement into the classroom. So instead of going in cold turkey, the milestones really helped to break that final project into smaller, more manageable segments. It also, looking back, I want to incorporate these new research-based technologies in my classroom as opposed to trial and error. Hey, that sounds cool, let's try it, with having no experience, no research on it, no proof that it works or proof that things don't work. Technology in the classroom will help keep students engaged and strengthen their understanding. So based on lots of the research, it was proven that technology did help keep those students engaged and it really helped them build an understanding as opposed to, like I referred to earlier, they understand how to use the formula for Pythagorean theorem, but understanding why it works and how it works is a totally different piece that I would like to improve in my class. Computer test scores can be improved by exposing my students to technology during their learning of the material. Looking at that research, if I want those tests to go up and those semester tests, those standardized test scores, I need to expose my students to technology to help their perspective be not as negative, but maybe a little bit more positive. They're comfortable now using the computer and doing their tests on the computer, so it's not a shocker, it's not something new, it's something they're used to when they get to that point of the year. And I also will need to continue to support my learning new technologies. New technologies come up and about every year. I mean, things are changing all the time. And so I need to continue my effort in our PLCs with our consulting teachers in the building and even using Shobi to connect with other teachers and other people throughout the country that have learned something new and that works in their classroom. So in the end, if I want to be a better teacher and for those of us that want to do something better in our classroom and not be the boring teacher, we really do need to implement technology and find ways to keep those students engaged and keep them curious and wanting to come back into our classrooms. And so I appreciate learning how to work through and problem solve using this method, and I'm looking forward to getting started in the fall.